What's up, Badgers fans? Jake and Tyler. We're going to break down a handful of plays from the Badgers' upset win of Arizona on Friday night. A very exciting basketball game, very fun basketball game, even with all the ref interruption. Just a handful of things before the Badgers play UT Rio Grande tonight, who have played Creighton and Nebraska tough already. This upset helped the Badgers into the rankings. We kind of thought they'd be somewhere in like that 20 to 22 range. Badgers actually entered the rankings at number 19 today. So first things that we just want to go through here. I just have a compilation of the Badgers being first to the floor.
Yeah.
Nolan Winter, Max Klesmit, first to the floor. Love that attitude from the Badgers, and it's consistent. Guess who again? Max Klesmit again, first to the floor. And another second-time entry, Nolan Winter. Two clips of each Nolan Winter and Max Klesmit being first to the floor. Love to see it, and in my mind, it's a culture thing that that Badgers are first to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have any specific thoughts on it, but I just wanted to put that out there to give that credit to bring up that part of Badgers culture.
I guess the thing that I first realized is, yes, they're first to the floor, but also if you watch as the plays kind of play on, everybody's circling to the ball. As one guy dives on the floor, everybody's coming to help. Everybody gets inside the three-point line, inside the paint area, and there's 4 or 5 Badgers around. So right here, there's two, 3. They're coming to help. Okay. So here's a big time shot. Everybody's crashing glass. There's 4 Badgers in there versus one or 2 Wildcats, and then they still get a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 break. Right here, ball goes to the rim. Everybody's inside the paint area. Look at that. All the Badgers are right there. There's 2 Wildcats standing out by the three-point line at that time. So not only are they first to the floor, they're also being there to help each other out in situations where they may need a helping hand.
Yeah, so like these first 2, they're in like defensive situations. Like this one, Tanji takes off, and in this one, I think it's Blackwell that takes off. But the thing is that you point out is that in each of these scenarios, the Badgers outnumber the Wildcats.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily all 5 every single play, but the thing is, like you said, there's more white jerseys around than blue ones. So John Tanji was the man of the day on Friday night. He had a 40-point game. It was the first 40-point game by a Badger since Frank Kaminsky to do it in 2014, and it happened to be the night they were honoring the 2014 and 2015 Final Four teams, which you love that. And Frank Kaminsky took a picture with John Tanji after the game. It was awesome. Vibes were immaculate, and John Tanji obviously made a ton of free throws. But I want to give him credit for 2 very, very crafty moves that he made to finish in the paint. So this first one is just getting into the body of his defender and giving himself plenty of space to finish so that he doesn't get his shot blocked. So that's one. And that's 2, just again, using the strength and the body to create the space that he needs, and then throwing a pump fake to again, keep his shot from getting blocked and just give himself a wide open layup.
Yeah, not only that, but really good patience on both of them to understand, okay, I'm gonna accelerate to my spot, and then I got to slow down so I can use my body and position myself in a good spot. That first one, the second one, this is just IQ and bully ball all in one play. Absolutely bullies the guy out of the way. Like you said, gives a pump fake, waits for him to fly by, gives him a ha-ha, and then finishes with a finger roll. I mean, just beautiful stuff by John Tanji. He was cooking all night.
They were targeting both Tanji and Max Klesmit. They were targeting number 3, Del Orso from Arizona, basically a guy who was out there to shoot, not out there to defend.
So this is pretty clear.
Yeah. So Jake has no idea what this play is, and this isn't even a Badgers highlight. This is actually an Arizona highlight. And I just want to point out, like, how the hell did Arizona break physics?
What?
You've heard the phrase shooter's touch. I have never experienced something like this. I am a shooter when I play basketball, and I have never experienced a bounce like that. What the hell?
Looked like it had cement in it, dude. Literally looked like it had cement and it was just falling. Like, what?
Physics wanted Arizona to win on Friday night, but Wisconsin wanted it more, apparently.
We wanted it more than physics and Arizona. That's pretty good.
We'll definitely be talking about this on our show on Wednesday when we do the full recap of this game. But John Blackwell was in Caleb Love's head early in this game, real early. So John Blackwell to this point already has an offensive foul that he got on Caleb Love. But this one, Caleb Love definitely fouls John Blackwell on this play. Like you can hear the slap. Blackwell just gives him just a little bit, and then Caleb Love, you got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that to give him a push. And John Blackwell loves it. I love John Blackwell in the background, just waiting for it to tee him up together. And what that does, so Blackwell gets 2 free throws for getting fouled. So that was already going to happen. Then Klesmit gets 2 free throws for the technical foul, and the Badgers get 4 points. And then the Badgers, out of the inbound for getting the ball after the technical foul, go back to Blackwell, who just decides to cook and targeting. Del Orso again hits a step-back 3 and makes a 7-point possession out of the Caleb Love foul and technical.
Woof. Yeah, if you're Caleb Love, you're an All-American player. You probably had your worst career night you've ever had in Madison, so he definitely won't be visiting anytime soon again. But you got to be better than that. You're the leader of this team, top 10 team on the road. You know that Wisconsin's going to be a tough place to play. You know Wisconsin's going to be amped up. On top of having Bo Ryan and the Final Four teams there, it's going to be a loud atmosphere, right? If you're Love, you got to try to take over this game, and he did, just in a negative way.
The next handful of plays that we have from the upset of Arizona on Friday, I clipped a bunch of examples of some two-man game. So starting with Janicki and Steven Crowell, this is just absurd. Like we knew Steven Crowell was a good passer, but for him to not even grab this, to just one-hand this to Janicki, that's, I'm going to say this, I'm not saying that he is this player, but this is like some Jokic stuff from Steven Crowell.
I mean, the offhand finish by Janicki, too. I mean, that was elite stuff.
That
both ways.
Both aspects of this two-man game is awesome.
Man, I really like Janicki, dude.
Guess what? He's back. This is Winter and Janicki. Targeting again, Del Orso. Just again going at number 3, Del Orso from Arizona. But shout out Nolan Winter. Throws a really good pump fake. Dribble drive gets Del Orso just a step away from Janicki, who throws a pump fake, gets him on the air, and hits a nice step back. And then this is Tanji and Steven Crowell. So Crowell's going to set a high screen for Tanji. And as he's coming around, the weak side defender is not helping low enough. The defender, I think it's Janicki that's up in the corner there. That defender needs to step down to basically chuck Steven Crowell to stop him from getting a layup, which he's going to. And John Tanji just makes another great move, who had been dribbling, getting to the basket. We already showed 2 plays where he did it. And this one throws a sweet wraparound pass to Steven Crowell.
See, the thing that makes it tough for Arizona for the weak side defender to come off there is Janicki had already hit a couple threes up to that point. Yeah. And the Badgers were just letting it fly. So just making a couple shots and forcing yourself to be a threat from outside forces Arizona to play this kind of straight up. The center does come up just to stop the ball, but at that point, Tanji got so deep into the paint that Crowell was going to get a layup no matter what.
We have another Janicki play. This one's coming on the defensive side of the ball. So Max Klesmit takes kind of a heat check. Not a great shot, but notice that Amos goes back on defense with the guy that was guarding Klesmit. That's important to this part of this play. So Amos goes back with the guy that was guarding Klesmit, which forces Janicki to be guarding their center, who is camped at the three-point line. So Janicki's guarding their center, but he knows that he can help down because that center's not shooting threes. So he helps down. Center swings it. And again, Janicki knows he's guarding the center, who is not a threat to shoot, and he goes and contests the shot, and the Badgers get a rebound out of it. More good defense. Steven Crowell contesting this shot without fouling, first of all. And then his guy gets the rebound. And Steven Crowell, just a big body. Really good job to contest that shot, and the Badgers finish it with a rebound. And this could have been an offensive foul when Klesmit went to crash, come around the screen, but Klesmit still makes this play anyways, and drawing the offensive foul that gets Caleb Love his 5th foul of the game. And I love seeing John Blackwell because he loves it. But this is really great work by Max Klesmit to move his feet and get in front of Caleb Love. And the thing about that, this is Caleb Love, who was mentally taken out of this game by the Badgers.
Yep.
At this point, there are 2 players that Caleb Love could pass the ball to for wide open shots, one for a layup and one for a 3-pointer. And Caleb Love decides that he's going to take this ball into his own hands and is going to just try to go through Max Klesmit's chest, and it results in him being done for the day.
Man, dude was wide open on the left side of the floor for a hot minute.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he throws this right away, they got a layup.
Yep.
And if he throws it now, that's a wide open 3-pointer.
Yeah, he was getting a good time shot. And
that's
they're only
wide
down
open.
12. What is there, 4:58 left in this game at this point? 4:59? Yep. If you hit a 3-pointer there, making a 9-point game, boy, momentum can shift very quickly, especially for a team as talented as Arizona. Now, Caleb Love is the engine that makes this thing go, obviously. But they got a lot of talented players over there, and we saw that on Friday night. A lot of guys that could jump and run and shoot. So, he should have passed this ball, but like you said, man, he was mentally checked out. And honestly, when he was walking to the bench, I honestly think that there was a sigh of relief that he didn't have to come back into the game. Look at he has no expression. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to get in the bus. Ready to go home.
Yeah, and that's not to say that like Caleb Love is a head case or anything. Like, that's not what we're doing. Caleb Love is a really good basketball player. He's going to be in the NBA. But this really, we want to give the credit to the Badgers defense for mentally taking him out of this game to the point where he made a bad decision like this because he's been frustrated throughout the game by not playing well due to the Badgers face guarding him tough, John Blackwell giving it to him, and just the Badgers collectively taking Caleb Love out of this game and him getting to a point where he's mentally exhausted from the first, 25 minutes of this game, 35 minutes of this game, to the point where he makes a mental mistake of trying to score through Max Klesmit's chest instead of hitting one of his open guys. All right, I know Jake's going to love this. We got a big man move here, and Steven Crowell, this is absolutely dirty. This is so dirty.
It's about goddamn time.
Steven Crowell, get out of my face.
You got long arms. You're a talented guy. Bro, he's got good feet. He's got good touch, man. You don't just shoot threes and mid-range shots without good touch. He's got good touch, man. Trust yourself, man. Go to work down there sometimes. Nothing wrong with that.
And that's the thing, is like he initially gets rebuffed, but he just resets, gets his bearings, and is like, all right, here we go.
That's Steven Crowell,
Dr. J this thing.
Man, that was filth. That was absolute filth.
So Jake mentioned it in one of the other plays that we covered with the Badgers shooting more threes, making more threes, being a threat from the 3-point line. It makes Arizona have to play their defense a little bit differently, and they're guarding the closest passes here. So they're looking at Crowell, obviously looking at John Tonje, who's going off in this game, and Max Klesmit gets a dribble drive penetration, and he's going to hit a no-look pass to Janicki in the corner. I don't think people recognize that when it happened, but just a really quick, decisive move from Max Klesmit. He's staring down Steven Crowell, knowing that Janicki is going to be in the corner for the 3.
Oh, my God. Look at how much space everybody has. What a beautiful thing. Janicki does a great job just floating over to the corner here. He was at the top of the key. He floats to the corner and gets replaced by Crowell. Tonje doesn't have to move because the spacing's already elite at this point. Look at, they just replace each other. Wide open. Simple as that. He didn't run over there, nothing. They literally just moved and replaced. That's how easy basketball can be sometimes with a dribble drive and replacement. And look at how beautiful it ended up for the Badgers.
All right, the last section of plays I have come from Nolan Winter. So Steven Crowell ended up falling out of this game. Now, Nolan Winter comes in, and I just want to give him credit for the sequence that he puts together on both sides of the ball. Firstly, throwing down a dunk, And just Janicki in the middle of another play, hitting a nice little dump off to Nolan Winter, who throws down. After he gets a tipped pass, contests the shot, and is first to the floor on a jump ball. So just this sequence late in the game, like Nolan Winter's still playing hard. So I just wanted to give him credit for that after Stephen Crowell fouled out. That Nolan Winter kind of held the fort down.
Yeah, he's playing hungry, and that's something that this Badgers team definitely needed. They're playing with juice, playing with hunger, and you could feel the energy coming from this team. They're a family, and they're all for each other, man. And
Other than that, we will see you guys Wednesday. Thanks for checking out our play breakdowns.